I'm Kimmie. I live on 73 acres off-grid in beautiful Northern Idaho. My best friend bought the land and invited me to leave my city life to come help her build a homestead. And this is my journey. Good morning. Man, it's bright out here. It's a beautiful day out here in the country. If you're brand new to my channel, my name's Kimmie, and this is Waking Up Country. I'm going to talk a little bit today about life on the farm, and the joys and a little bit of the not so joys. So let's talk more about that. Okay, so today I want to talk a little bit about RV life. Living in an RV is very tough if you come from a city and you have a bigger building that you're used to living in, and then you move to this like tiny space. The RV that I am staying in is Heather's RV from 'Cause We Can Farms. She has what they call a toy hauler. So the back of the RV is the little garage where you put your toys and all the fun things, and I sleep in that space. So in that space is basically a bed that slides down off the ceiling, and of course there's storage underneath of stuff that that she needs to store, and then I have a little bit of space of stuff that I need to store. Living in an RV and trying to stay organized is really a tough thing because I live out of buckets. So I have clothes in buckets, I have my supplies in buckets, and then also when you're heating an RV, it uses propane, which is a wet heat. So everything gets damp, and if you don't stay on top of it, you can get mold pretty fast. So if you decide to live in an RV or are planning on living in an RV, don't keep anything like envelopes because they are just going to glue shut. There's no point. Also, if you're living in an RV with someone, you need to keep in mind that the RV toilet is very, very small, and everybody's going to know your business because there's no way to really shut the door and use toilets. And Heather and I are best friends, but we do not necessarily need to be sharing that part of our lives. However, it's just a temporary thing. Here in the near future, we're going to have the shipping container that we are building has a tree house over the top of it. The tree house is going to be Heather's bedroom. The downstairs is going to have a bedroom in the back that's going to be specifically for me. So a lot more storage, a lot more space, a lot more privacy, all of that fun stuff. So my old apartment was about 1,200 square feet, and so there was plenty of space. It was me and my daughter, and kitchen, bathroom, all those things, patios. So paring all of your stuff down from that much space to a tiny bit amount of space is really difficult. And it's one of those things that probably was the hardest thing for me, but also the most empowering. Having very little items that you own actually feels quite amazing. It's very simplistic, it's easy, you don't have to stress about things, and honestly, it's very freeing. I love this country life, and I wouldn't change it for anything. I have lived in a small space prior to Florida. When I lived down in Boise, my house was actually 700 square feet. I really do enjoy the smaller houses, and my future plan is we're going to be building an A-frame, and my A-frame I'm hoping to make about 800 or 900 square feet, so nothing too big, enough space for me, enough space for a couple dogs, and then maybe in the future enough space for a significant other for me. So those are the future plans, but for now the RV works quite well. here on the farm in the very near future, we are going to have an outdoor shower, and we are going to have a outhouse. And as maybe not exciting as that would be for city folks, it's super exciting for us. That means a bit more privacy. It means a bit more space, and maybe even a nice clawfoot tub, so you can have some outdoor bathtub time. So that's going to be super fun. So I would say the hardest thing about the RV life is the kitchen. So both Heather and I really like to cook, and the space in the RV is so small that cooking and dishes are quite a challenge. I don't like to cook in this small RV. It's just, you can't, you don't have space to cut things up. You don't have space to mix things up. You don't have space to put things down. So it gets a little frustrating. So most of our cooking is easy and on the grill and salads and that kind of stuff. But I'm looking forward to having more space in the future so we can actually make the things that we like to make. Dishes, I love doing dishes as long as I have the space to do them. Out here, there's one little bitty sink, and that's a challenge. We've often done outdoor dishes, warmed up water, had a bucket system going, and that's what we have to do as far as that. Laundry is not a thing we can do on the farm, so we do have to go to town for that. And we have no internet here, so we have to upload all of our videos in the library. It's quite a challenge to even try to get on enough service so that you can send a picture. It takes forever to try to get on something like Facebook. Some days you may have an hour in the morning that you actually can get enough service to do that. So it's a good, simple life. It's not for everybody, but I certainly find that I absolutely love it. This is just a quick video about country life and my opinion on living in an RV. Come back next week. We're going to get into the hive and check out and see what the girls are doing. I appreciate so much you coming along and following my journey. Subscribe if you haven't already, and any comments or any likes greatly help my channel as well. I appreciate you guys. Take care and God bless.